Creek Partnership was founded in 1995. The folks who settled the land and the original farmers of the land is actually my ancestors. Main reasons the partnership initially began was the landowners recognized some of the damage or deterioration of the natural areas and the creek itself. And they recognized that this was happening and wanted to kind of come together, band together as landowners, and then they brought in other interested citizens in the area as well as a number of public and private entities to start talking about the changes that were occurring and then try to address those changes within the watershed to minimize the impacts that they were physically seeing. Primary objectives are really to bring together essentially an alliance or a coalition of landowners, interested citizens, public and private organizations that would work together to protect and enhance the water quality within the watershed, and then also in the long term the resources that are in the watershed here are able to be protected and then further enhanced over time.
Ulao Creek Partnership has done many projects over the last 3 years as I've been president. We are really trying to focus right now on reestablishing a canopy of trees in the swamp by planting trees and controlling the invasive species. The Ulao Creek Partnership, land surrounding the watershed and the creek, is basically a lot of privately owned properties. We like to get the neighbors involved, particularly when we're having to clear out the creek from downed ash trees and sediment deposits. So when my wife and I bought the 30 acres behind us, the number one goal was to reestablish the original state. We planted over 1,100 trees of various types, and our biggest goal was to try to control the invasive species, which is very difficult to do. And we're taking our best practices and bringing that back to the rest of the members of the Ulao Creek Partnership.
I got involved with the Ulao Creek Partnership about 12 years ago when I was invited by a farmer to come and join her just sitting in on a meeting. I said yes and let's go, and it right away fascinated me. I knew these were my kind of people. The benefits I've gotten from being involved in the Ulao Creek Partnership for me are pretty personal. As someone who grew up on a creek like this, I'm involved with a bunch of like-minded people. There are men and women, kids, older grandparents who come along. They all want to get involved, but you end up finding your group of people who share your values. These are people who truly want nature to continue and know the value of having that around. If you like wildlife, this is where wildlife lives. This is where it breeds. This is where baby wildlife is happening.
Today we're at the Ulao Creek Nature Preserve, one of the most recent acquisitions by the county for a county park. This is about a 7-acre site right in the midst of kind of an urban setting, but along a really important corridor of Ulao Creek. Ulao Creek is in and of itself is a very unique watershed and unique stream system. A big part of what Ozaukee County has been doing really since 2013 has been a holistic approach to restoring the creek and the watershed, starting with remeandering the channel and everything to actually restoring the adjacent wetlands. We've planted over 12,000 seedlings, right around 4,000 large trees to start to restore some of the canopy throughout the watershed. We've seen a lot of ecological benefits throughout the Ulao Creek watershed and here at the Ulao Creek Nature Preserve from our restoration work. And we went from prior to restoration, almost no natural reproduction of northern pike in the upper watershed here in Ulao Creek to over an 800% increase. And we've also seen benefit to other wildlife in the watershed. So we've seen a doubling of the number of bird species documented in the watershed prior to restoration and then following restoration. One of the most important things is that we've gotten better water quality results from our water quality monitoring by reconnecting that creek to the adjacent floodplain and wetlands. We have a public area that people can visit Ulao Creek, and that's the Ulao Creek Nature Preserve. And one of the things we're going to be doing then is developing that public access so people can enjoy the creek and the nature preserve, but also learn a little bit about what it is we're doing and actually help us hopefully with the restoration, tree planting, invasive species management. The Ulao Creek Partnership has been a wonderful partner in all of this activity, everything from invasive species management to tree planting to stewardship on the private lands within the watershed. And so we hope to continue all of that as we move forward. With all this restoration work that has occurred over decades, it can't be done by one agency or one entity, and it takes a whole host of partners and funding partners, volunteer partners to accomplish the work that's been done.
So one of Ulao Creek Partnership's goals for the next decade is to increase awareness, show how important is the Ulao Creek watershed and creek is to our overall environment, including Grafton, Cedarburg, and Mequon areas. Another one of the Ulao Creek Partnership's goals is to increase our membership in the Ulao Creek Partnership. If you're ever interested in joining the Ulao Creek Partnership, we would sure appreciate it. You can go to our website at ulaocreek.org, and we would love to have you.